A young man named Kibuuka with the ability to fly like a bird and strike like lightning, the son of the gods. Warriors sharpened their spears. Thunder boomed and lightning crackled, turning day into night.
The Legend of Kibuuka, the god of war.
Long ago, in the lush, sprawling kingdom of Buganda, nestled in the heart of Africa, a storm was brewing. The mighty kingdom of Bunyoro, under the command of its fierce king, was gathering a massive army, ready to march south and claim Uganda for itself. The drums of war echoed across the hills, and the people of Buganda braced themselves for the impending clash. The call for a savior. King Nekebinge, the wise and courageous ruler of Buganda, knew he needed more than just human warriors to face the might of Banyoro. He needed a force of nature, a warrior like no other. Word spread throughout the kingdom of a young man named Kibuuka, rumored to possess powers beyond imagination. He was said to be the son of the gods, born with the ability to fly like a bird and strike like lightning. No enemy arrow could touch him, no spear could find its mark. He was the warrior Uganda desperately needed. In a council of war, the king's advisors urged him to seek out this mysterious warrior. Without delay, King Nekebinge sent his messengers to the remote county of Mawakota, where Kibuuka was said to dwell. Days later, they returned with a young man whose presence was electric. His eyes shone with the intensity of a storm, and his every step was light, as if the earth itself barely held him. Kibuuka pledged his loyalty to the king, promising to fight for Buganda until his last breath. With his arrival, the mood in Buganda shifted from despair to hope. Warriors sharpened their spears, and blacksmiths hammered out shields with renewed vigor. The women sang songs of war, and the children danced, knowing that Kibuuka, the warrior of the gods, would lead them. The Battle of the Storm. The day of battle dawned dark and ominous. Clouds gathered thick over the plains, a sign that even the heavens were preparing for war. The Banyoro army, tens of thousands strong, moved like a river of steel and fire, their war cries tearing through the morning mist. Uganda's warriors, though fewer in number, stood resolute, their eyes fixed on Kibuuka. As the two armies clashed, Kibuuka leaped into the sky with a mighty roar. The Banyoro warriors gazed upward in disbelief. There, against the dark clouds, Kibuuka soared like an eagle, his bow drawn, arrows flashing like thunderbolts. He rained down death from above, striking enemy after enemy with unerring precision. Wherever his arrows landed, chaos erupted. The Banyoro soldiers, disoriented and terrified, faltered under his onslaught. But Kibuuka did not relent. With every stroke of his bow, he summoned the storm itself. Thunder boomed, and lightning crackled, turning day into night. The winds howled as if the gods themselves were at war. Rain poured in torrents, blinding the Banyoro archers and soaking the earth beneath their feet into a muddy quagmire. But Kibuuka moved effortlessly through the sky, darting and diving like a swallow, his laughter echoing above the din of battle. He struck down the enemy commanders, one after another, and Buganda's warriors, inspired by his courage, surged forward, slashing through the confused ranks of the enemy. The enemy's treachery. But not all in Bunyoro's camp were mere warriors. Among them was a woman named Nyonga, a spy and a master of seduction. She watched Kibuuka's every move with a calculating eye. She knew that no ordinary warrior could defeat him, only deception could bring him down. She devised a plan and approached the Banyoro commanders with a cunning smile.
Send me to him, I will find his weakness.
Disguised as a refugee fleeing the chaos of war, Nyonga made her way to Buganda's camp. She was young and beautiful, her eyes filled with feigned innocence and sorrow. She claimed to have lost everything to the Banyoro and pleaded for shelter. Kibuuka, moved by her story, took her in, unaware that she was a wolf in sheep's clothing. Night after night, Nyonga wove her web of deceit, whispering sweet words and gaining Kibuuka's trust.
What is your power?
I can only be harmed when my feet touch the ground.
Nyonga wasted no time. Under the cover of darkness, she slipped back to the Banyoro camp and revealed Kibuuka's secret.
Strike when he is on the ground, he cannot fly forever.
The final stand. The next day, the battle resumed. Kibuuka, confident and fierce, took to the skies once more, raining death from above. But the Banyoro archers were patient. They watched him carefully, waiting for the moment when his wings would tire and he would have to land. Hours passed, and finally, Kibuuka descended, just for a moment, to rest his weary feet. In that instant, the Banyoro archers unleashed a hail of arrows. Kibuuka, realizing the trap too late, tried to leap back into the sky, but one arrow, aimed true, pierced his side. He gasped, staggered, and fell to his knees, blood pouring from the wound. A great cry arose from both armies. The Buganda warriors, horrified, surged forward to protect their hero, while the Banyoro forces cheered, sensing victory. Kibuuka, with his last strength, rose and fired one final arrow that split the skies with a blinding flash, striking down the Banyoro commander. But his strength waned, and he collapsed to the ground, his breath leaving him like the last whispers of a storm. The deification of a warrior. Kibuuka's death sent shockwaves through Buganda. The warriors, enraged, fought with renewed fury, driving the Banyoro back and securing a hard-won victory. But the cost was great. Their savior, their god of war, had fallen. The people of Buganda wept and mourned for days. King Nekebinge ordered that Kibuuka's body be taken to Mbale, a sacred place in Mawakota, where it was laid to rest with great honor.